Hello, so I'm starting up the Lego software right now. So once you open up the Lego software, it looks like this. So what you're going to do is click File, New Project. Your screen will then come up like so. Alright, so this is your basic workspace for Lego Mindstorm's EV3 software. You'll notice up here that there is a project and there's a program. So I can start multiple projects, as you can see here with the plus sign, project 2, and each project can have multiple programs along with it. And you'll notice when you program your EV3, they will come up listed as that, a project, and then underneath it, it'll have different programs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit File, Save Project As, and since I'm just practicing right now, I'm going to put it right on my desktop. I'm going to put in the word practice. Okay? Practice Spiece. I'm going to hit Save. Alright, you'll notice that it'll say Practice Spiece, and then I got programs up here. You can change the name of the program just by double-clicking and say test _ program 1. No big deal. Oops. So, now, real quickly, to get your robot to move, you've got some different features down here. The green, these are all your different blocks you can use for programming all these different color codes down here. So all the basic move ones are under green. You've got your medium motor. You notice how I hover over it and the name of that block comes up. So this is for one medium motor. Your kit comes with one medium motor. A large motor, your kit comes with 3 large motors. This is for move steering, so if you're using 2 motors, and this is for move tank. So I'm going to use the move tank. This is assuming that you have 2 motors, each motor powering 1 wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and drag that up here. And you notice I will attach it to this block here, which is the start button. So this is where your program starts. In this block here, piece of cake, this block here, I've got some features. So this one works just like you would drive a tank. You've got a right motor, you've got a left motor, right? And you can determine the amount of power you want to give that motor. So then over here you have, when you click on this, you get a drop down. And this is, well, how do you want to have this move? Do you want to move it based on the number of rotations of the wheel, the number of degrees of the wheel, and the number of seconds? I prefer rotations because that's just what I like to use. So I'm going to leave it on rotations. So if I want to get this robot, and then over here, this here, rotations, you can tell it the number of rotations of that wheel you want to do the steering, right? So you'll also notice that right here, B plus C, this means that the motors that you have, using the data cables with your kit, those motors are plugged into ports B and C on the Lego Mindstorm's brick. I want to set the left motor. Let's say I want to get the robot to go forward. So I want to get the robot to go forward. So I'm going to leave them both at 75. Both at 75 means that they'll move forward at a 75% power. Okay? This I'm going to change to 5 rotations, and then boom, it's going to go 5 rotations of the wheel forward. When I am done, this is one program right here. This is a very simple one. I'm going to go down here. I'm not hooked up to an EV3, but if an EV3, you want to plug your USB port into it, and then into your computer's USB port, and then this would all light up, and this would have what version of the firmware you have, but you'll be able to tell that it's connected. Then you're going to click right here, this arrow pointing down. That is the download button. You click on that, it will download it then to your EV3, and your EV3 will then make a cool noise, which means that it got the code. Then you can run your code from your EV3. So that's the basics of programming right there. Now let's say I wanted to have this robot spin like a top. So I'm going to make the left wheel go forward 100%. I'm going to make the right wheel go backwards 100%. So the front wheel will go, the left wheel will go forward at 100% power. The right wheel will go reverse at 100% power for 5 rotations of those wheels, which is probably maybe 1 time, 2 times around in a circle. It's going to spin like a top. If you want it to turn right, you would then change this to, let's say we want it to move right, so you want the left motor to go 100%, this one to go 0%, right? So it's going to turn, the right wheel is going to stand in one spot, and the left motor is going to go forward 100% for 5, and it's just going to spin around, but your right wheel will not move, so it'll just spin around like that as the center of the circle that it makes. To get it to turn to the right slowly, you might put this at 30%, so this one will move forward a little bit, while this one moves forward a lot, so you can see that it would spin in a direction. It would turn, it'll go forward and then kind of turn to the right like this. Anyways, if you have any questions, this is the basics. Really, really simple. The easiest brick to use is the move one. And then when I'm done, I want to make sure to save it. Save your project. And there you go. All right. If you have any questions, this is you can use some of these other ones. If you're using the medium motor, might be used, you might go forward for 5, and then once you get 5, your robot stops, and then this medium motor, might control an arm on your robot, and you want your arm to go down and go up, right? So that would be what that is for. So that's very simple, dirty, really quick tutorial on how to do a simple program.